Hey friends. So I wanted to hop on and talk to you guys today about communication, specifically the three types of communication. Um, there's passive, assertive, and aggressive. And when we're passive, we do not express feelings, emotions. We don't express what we need or what we want, and we just let it go, if you will. And then you have assertiveness. And being assertive is expressing your feelings, your emotions, your needs, your wants, while being respectful of other people and just making sure that you get your point across in a calm and collective way. The next one is aggressive, and when you're portraying aggressive communication, you are saying, doing whatever you need, but you're demanding it. If you need something, if you want something, it's just very demanding and not respectful of anyone around you. So when we're passive, specifically in relationships, and those relationships, friendships, your family relationships, even dating relationships, when you need something, when you want something, if you're upset, if your feelings are hurt, you're just there. You just let it go. You put yourself sort of on the back burner. You don't really deem what you need to say as important. And it's not healthy for you or your friends or your family. The most important thing that I want you all to get from this lesson is being assertive is not bad. It's important that we are able to express our feelings, that we're able to express what we need, what we want, what we don't want, while being calm and collected, having it together. And of course, we all know that aggression there's nothing good that comes from aggression. So I want to give you guys a scenario. And I want to talk it out. So if you've had a really bad day, maybe it's at work, maybe it's at school, and you're just ready to go home. That's all you want to do is just go home. And you've got it all planned out. You're going to go home, you're going to pop a pizza in the oven, maybe order a pizza, and you're just going to play video games until mom says it's time for dinner, and you're just ready to go. That sounds like a great afternoon to me. But bell rings, you're ready to walk out the door, and your friend grabs you and says, "Listen, we're staying for this ball game. My mom said I had to stay, watch my sister, and I don't want to stay by myself, so you're going to stay with me." You just want to go home. Your friend grabbing you, you've known that there's a game after school, and you don't want to stay. You want to go home. Well, how do you address that situation? Because you don't want to stay. You want to go. So when you are passive, you're just not going to say anything. Okay? You're going to stay for the game with your friend, and deep down you're like, "I just want to go home." But you don't say it. You don't say anything. You just sit there and act like it's okay. And it's not. Aggression is going to take a different path. Aggression is when you're like, no, I'm not staying with you, I'm going home. But then you still have the assertive route. And sometimes we think our friends are going to be upset with us. And, the truth is when you've had a bad day, someone else has had a bad day too. If they've not had a bad day today, maybe they had a bad day yesterday. So when you're put in that situation and your friend is like, hey, man, stay with me. Sometimes all it takes is, listen, I've had a bad day. It's been a long day. I just want to go home. I'll stay the next game with you if you want to. When we're assertive and respectful about it, then our friends gain a different type of respect for us. It may look like, hey, I forgot to do my homework. Let me copy yours. If I worked hard on my homework, I'm not giving you my homework. So, maybe that refusal may look like, if a teacher finds out, it could be really bad, and I worked really hard on my homework, I'd rather not. You may offer to help them with their homework. You may, offer to help them if you're good in the subject. Maybe you can do like a homework study buddy type situation. There's nothing wrong with saying no. But you can say it respectful and you can say it to the point. And that crosses multiple lines of topics, situations. It works with not wanting to stay for ball games. It works for not wanting to do someone's homework or give someone your homework. But it also works whenever you're in those situations that you just don't want to be in. If someone offers you drugs or alcohol, you don't have to be like, no. It's great that you're saying no. But if you are more assertive, then they're more likely to not try to pressure you. Listen, if I got caught doing that, like, my mom and dad would flip, and I would just rather not. And I don't want to. And then sometimes we're like, I get it, and they're done. Expressing what you don't want is just as important as expressing what you do. And the more that you practice being assertive, the more assertive you will be. Sometimes you have to think in your head, okay, if I do this and someone asks me, like, what am I going to say? And sometimes just practicing that over in your head is what it takes for you to gain the confidence to being assertive. When you're passive, your friends know that you're passive. And they're going to say, listen, it's fine. She's not going to say anything. He doesn't do anything. So whatever we decide, they're going to go along with. And that's the truth if you're passive. Being assertive is the best way for you and for your friends to communicate. And the more that you notice the difference in the outcomes of the type of communication that you give out, the better off you're going to be. Sometimes it's not always easy to be assertive. Sometimes It does take a lot of willpower to be assertive. We want to be aggressive in certain situations. If someone's talking about us behind our back, or if they're really trying to pressure us to do something, sometimes we want to get an attitude about it. And sometimes we just need to take a step back and say, listen, you do what you want to do, but this is for me. This is what I need. This is what I want. And looking at those future goals down the road and how being passive or being aggressive can affect those. So I want you guys to practice being assertive. And if you have any questions at all, or want to talk more about being assertive, you have my email, and I look forward to hearing from you guys.